don't give up and trust in the fact that life is full of peaks and valleys. You're either in a valley, you're coming out of a valley, or you're getting ready to go into a valley. So if you know that and you can zoom back a little bit and see the big picture, the valleys are what keeps us strong so we can enjoy the view when we get to the peak.
I think in healthcare too, we've gotten lazy as the patients. And a lot of times we want to place blame on the physicians that like they didn't, we didn't get enough time with them, or, they didn't answer our questions, but then you didn't prepare anything, and every single situation is different. And it's like, they're brilliant, but they're not magicians. They don't know what you're coming in for all the time. And unless you give them the right information and do your research, it's like someone showing up at a surgeon who says, I don't want to get surgery. Or someone showing up at an interventional pain physician and saying, I'd like you to perform surgery on me. And they're going to go, this is not what we do here,
Right.
And then people get pissed off and write a Google review saying like, this doctor was rude and abrasive and he didn't help me at all. And it's like, well, you didn't really do your research. So why are you mad at them? And then the docs are against the time of like, hey, we've got to see as many patients as possible, because if we don't, we're not going to be able to see the profit margin because of reimbursement rates. So it's like two immovable forces, right?
It is. And you're right. We have to have some responsibility in our care and do our diligence. And that's why Texas Best Docs was created, was to give you another layer of diligence. Because here's the real truth. If you have trust in your physician and it starts off from a position of trust and you feel like you've gotten all your questions answered and you were heard and you were listened to and you've done your diligence before your appointment, that creates trust. And if you trust, you're more likely to listen to medical advice. Right. And studies have shown if you listen to medical advice, the greater chances you have of a favorable outcome.
Yeah.
Now, doesn't that sound simple? But so many people don't get that right.
No. They don't. And I mean, they also don't understand that these people are specialized and experts in this. And so I've also seen it where the patient is just like, you could be the best doc in the world and have a completely clean record, and they still think they know more than you because of a Google search. And they're like, well, that's not what WebMD told me. So, I'm going to do something different. But I think what you've made of that is so impactful and does shift the responsibility a little bit. And I think that's a move in a good direction, because people want healthcare reform. Well, it takes everybody to do that. It takes the physician and the patient.
Yes.
Because the more that we just feed into the fact that we're relying so heavily on insurance, or, we're jumping through the hoops to be able to get the reimbursement, I mean, it's not going to work. There's always going to be a void. And patients need to stop being so lazy and actually like take a proactive approach to things. And then, physicians would be able to move through patients quicker. Just a crazy thought.
Well, and if you leverage technology to help you with part of that, that's just smart, right?
Yeah.
We have LifeLock for our credit. This would be, DocWatch's LifeLock for your providers that you and your family see. It's also for physicians. So this is not just a consumer product. Physicians can have a premium. Yeah. So they can have a premium account. And that allows them to put their full CV on there, all of their experience.
Yeah.
But two key factors that what's in it for the physician is, one, they can put a link to their scheduling software. So we can help drive patients to their practice right from their listing. And the second one, and probably the most important one, is they get up to 25 of their referring physician partners that they send patients to that they have DocWatch on. So what that does is a lot of times they don't have time to monitor the board statuses of 25 different providers that they're sending their patients to, but it lets their patients know, hey, I do care about who I send you to because it's a reflection on me, and I'm going to monitor my top 25 referring partners to make sure they stay in good standing with the Texas Medical Board.
That's incredible. You really need to bring this at scale. I mean, hopefully it doesn't take 3 years per state. Hopefully you have like a rinse and repeat process, but you should go to Georgia next.
Well, yeah. And, a lot of people want this because it's needed. The word that I keep hearing when we fully describe what we do is the word need, right? Not just a want. And we believe that too. We believe that we need accountability, transparency, and quality. And that's for everybody, right? It doesn't matter. It should not matter your socioeconomic status. You should be able to have access to information that would impact you and your family. And that's what our goal is. Going nationwide is going to be a challenge because all states have different database templates for their data. So it's really 48 integrations instead of just one with each state. This is a random fact for you. 2 states that share the same database is North and South Dakota. So,
well, that would kind of make sense. There's like 2 people in those states. I'm kidding.
not overly populated. Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
But we do plan to go nationwide eventually as soon as we
I think
can.
it's great.